Hey, all happy Saturday. Hope you're having a fabulous weekend. Woo! Is toasty over here in New York, but I got that makeup too. But anywho, I just watched a really interesting video and been thinking about this already, right? As creators, when we're stepping into this creative space, right? What are we taking in and how are we looking at people when they come into our life? How are we looking at each other? Are we looking at someone as if they are us, or as if they, are another human being? Or are we looking at them like a dollar sign? Are we looking at them like, okay, yeah, maybe I don't like you, but you have money, so like, great, let's hang out. I'm just being real here, because a lot of our minds will hold that kind of thing in the background while we say that we're just hanging out with someone, right? Oh, like, okay, maybe I don't really resonate with this person, but they always give to me, so like, cool, I'm just gonna keep consuming. What if that didn't matter? If this person didn't resonate with you, why are you still hanging out? Why are you still consuming them if what they give isn't good for you? It's like if you're lactose intolerant and you're just out here drinking milk and eating ice cream and getting sick every day, That's not to say those people are bad people. It's just they're on different frequencies than you. You might be on whatever your frequency is, and maybe you need somebody that's more like almond milk or pistachio milk. I don't know. We like those nutty people. All right. Another concept. Big one, right? Me as a photographer, as somebody who gets hired on contract basis, right? When clients come in, right? I actually need to be a better filter. So I'm speaking for myself and sharing it with you guys, because maybe there's somebody that resonates. Perhaps a client comes by, right? Or a prospective client comes by, and I don't really like them, but maybe I want to take the job because I need money. Red flag. At that point, I'm now thinking in lack. I think I really need this money, right? I'm now not even thinking of the client as a person anymore. Now, you can make a choice here. Either work with the person and just do your darndest to really connect with them as a person instead of a dollar sign, right? You could also choose, okay, you know what? I'm pretty sure there's something else. Or I will find another way, instead of, giving away my peace, right? Sometimes we put ourselves around really, really stressful situations, maybe in the guise of, okay, maybe I want to grow, blah, 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 blah. But sometimes those situations just open our wounds up over and over and over again. And it's just learning that discernment of, okay, am I trying to rip a wound open again? Am I trying to force something? Or am I trying to grow? Sometimes growing is saying no. Sometimes growing is saying, look, I'm booked. Sorry. Nope. You don't have to work with people like that. You don't have to be around people and commit your time to something that drains you. Like, whoa, that's a whole concept right there. I have felt so much more depth, satisfaction, heart, and connection when I just did collaborations with people, even if it barely paid any money, because I was no longer thinking about them as dollar signs, right? You're just in that pure creative state. Now, even better is like, obviously, if you're in this space of like giving, and then, wow, okay, someone decides to tip you by chance because you're just doing it because you know that you have something to give, right? And you can pour that out of your soul because we are infinite wells of abundance, right? We don't necessarily consider this because we get so busy consuming. When we go into the space of like, oh, what can I give? What do I have the capacity to give right now? You know, that opens us up. So when we overconsume, like when I would just listen to this, I'm like literally rehashing this so that my cells of my own body, and maybe yours too, will be able to integrate, hey, guess what? Maybe you're tired because you took too much information in. And now your creative engine has slowed down. We're like our hearts, our bodies can actually be like car engines. If you don't turn that thing on every now and then, and you just let that sit there, what do you think's gonna happen? It's gonna deteriorate. This isn't to put fear into anybody's brain. It's just a, hey, maybe you actively, just even if you practice doing this for 24 to 48 hours, what if you flip the script on when someone comes to you, right? Or if no one comes to you, who do you want to create for, right? Maybe you've made it through some kind of circumstance, and because the world is full of millions of people, maybe there's someone out there who has gone through something similar, and just, you might run into them on the street and you have a conversation, right? Or even a smile, right? We can choose to smile at someone. We can choose to speak to someone. We can choose to look at someone like another human. You know? You can share a meal with someone, whatever that may be. Even if it's just a friend, you know, you get together, you know, shoot up the, you know, like a conversation in a park or whatever. But now you're connecting. Now you're in a state of not looking at other humans like dollar signs. All right? Let's start on that basis. We get to choose this on a micro level every day, and the more of us that start to get that ball rolling, the more influence that will have over the majority. Is going to start slow. We're going to have the challenges of like, oh, what am I doing right now? But let's be a little bit more conscious of how we interact with people, how we choose the relationships we're going to engage in. Let's not do this from lack anymore because I need something, or like I need food, I need money, whatever. Let's just be human together. All right. Love you guys. Enjoy your Saturday. Peace.